celebrated. That celebration was perfect to me. How were you able to overcome the nerves that you said you had in Rome, knowing that the fans were going for you, and they were like, we want you to pull it off? How were you able to overcome that?
So I growing up watching football, not soccer. I don't like the word soccer, sorry, but and I've been watching football since I was very young with my dad, and I was loving when players were celebrating because I got of energy from that. Me and my dad was almost crying sometimes. So I've been thinking that sport is something like that. Like I want to feel emotion and I want to give emotion to people watching me.
Yeah.
And now it's something natural. I mean, I'm watching myself on the videos after competition. I feel, fuck, I feel very stupid. But that moment, everything comes natural. And sometimes it's better to stop, to relax, because like in Rome, my competition ended in that third round, because I was completely off. I celebrated for like 3 minutes. But it was nice. It was really nice.
It was very nice. Okay, so let me just say, if we get a good throw, I don't care if it's first, second throw, can we get a good celebration? Can we get a little, when you're out there, can you get a little celebration? Or are you going to keep it calm?
Yeah, sometimes I'm trying to control myself, but it's not easy. I mean, all of us from Italy are just crazy sometimes. And we will see. Hopefully I can learn and control myself till the 6th round, and then just enjoy. Because if you're doing that during competition, not good.
No good. Okay, so after the amazing over 22-meter throw, Rome, you had a meet in between that time. What have you been working on, and what do you hope to see here at Pre?
So I've been struggling now because I've been thinking too much on 23 meters all the time. After Rome, I had 3-4 competition, all of them over 21.91. And I've been thinking too much on 23 meters. Even last meet for me was Zagreb. I went twice over 22, and I was just thinking on 23 meters when I get to the circle, and that's not good.
Yeah.
So I want just to enjoy myself, relax, and hopefully celebrating tomorrow.
Okay, now this is the last question, and we're going to open the floor. This is just, we're going to start with you. This is for all three of you. Leonardo, when you release, every single one of you screams. Is it a natural thing for you? Like, what is it something for us over time? Do you do it on a bad throw, good throw? What is that the scream about for you?
So I think it's something natural, and I can feel from my landing position if the throw is gonna go far or not. So if I can feel that I'm gonna hitting, I'm screaming like crazy. And even for that, I feel shame of myself because when I'm watching your videos. But yeah, I feel like all of us can understand immediately if the throw is going to be good or bad. So in that case, also the scream, show the people how good is going to be the throw. Maybe Joe not much. I'm scared all the time I'm seeing Joe scream.
He's got a good scream.
Yeah.
Mykolas, your scream, I know you have a good scream on you too. I've seen it. When that release, I'm like, oh, when you scream, it's something going to be special with those numbers. How do you feel about that?
I think it just comes out naturally because when you put all the energy into the discus, it's just like a emotion that comes out. So yeah, it just comes naturally.
Big man Joe.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm definitely known for a yell. Mine's kind of more of like a barking dog that sounds a little upset. But yeah, I mean, essentially, like I always say, it's like anybody who's played golf who's ever hit the sweet spot all the time, and you know it as soon as it hits. In the shot put, our sweet spot's our diaphragm, and that thing is contorted, and it's in the hole, it's deep. When that happens, you know that's the sweet spot. The ball coming off the hand is the second yell, that's just a celebration. But the first one, that big wolf, that's from the power inside your body.
I love that. I just needed that answered for me because in my heart I'm a thrower, so I'm going to work on my yell. I want to open the floor up to the media.
Keenan Gray with Runner Space. This one's for Joe. We were talking with Katie and Sandy yesterday about, they're getting into their peaks of their careers. They're in their mid-30s. Obviously, you're in your late 30s. They said the best is yet to come for them. Do you still feel like the best is yet to come for you, even though, maybe the Olympic cycle is going to be the last time that we see you competing there at the pro level?
Yeah, I think, I'm always reminded my age on these press conferences. My first Diamond League was in 2012, so that's it's interesting to see the transition. But like my body, I don't think am I still capable of throwing a PR? Yeah, absolutely. You know what I mean? Like that's not a question in my head. So like to question where you're at your peak and when you're going to be done, if you still believe you can do better than you've ever done, that's what drives and keeps you going forward. I guess that's like what they're saying, the best is ahead. But yeah, I think the fun part, which is also the frustrating part, is evolving. You know, you can't do it the same way, like I said earlier, the 27-year-old body compared to now 37 years old. You got to learn different ways, but the upside's still there. It's just kind of managing the in-betweens. I might not be able to do, you know, a crazy throw session every single day, twice a day, like I used to when I was young.
Joe, this is Tana Chavez, Youth Runner Magazine, right here.
Yeah.
Hi, you're
the next weekend. So Father's Day was awesome. We took the kids we had the air show, and we live in Columbus, Ohio. The Thunderbirds were in town. If anybody knows, I have a pilot's license, so like that was my thing. It was awesome, and it was really fun to have my kids there. My son on my shoulders as the Thunderbirds are going by full speed. Luckily, we had some ear protection for them. And then the next week, my birthday, we hung out with the kids. We actually saw a movie with them in the morning, which was really fun. And then if anybody's ever followed me on Instagram, they know my wife spoils me, especially with food. So like I had the best rack of lamb dinner. That's my favorite thing. The carrot cake. It's just like nonstop every single day. I'm extremely lucky and fortunate, and it's not just my birthday. That's the thing too. So I'm a lucky man, and now I had these 3 weeks in a row. I get the pre now, so I got Father's Day, birthday, and now hopefully a big celebration this weekend too.
Dan McQuaid, McThrows, Mykolas. Eugene is an unusual place. What was it like for you in the months that you were here before you were injured, as a student and as an athlete? What was your experience here in Eugene?
I had a great experience here. Yeah, I was here till April, so the weather wasn't great maybe, but we could still throw outside, inside. The inside facility is amazing as well. So, and I'm used to throwing inside because I'm from Lithuania where it rains and snows a lot. So I really enjoyed my time here, and yeah, I think we did a lot of I progressed a lot as an athlete, working with Coach Blue. So I'm really happy about everything.
Hi, Dwayne from Sports Talk Tech. I got two questions. One for Joe. Could you give us some more insights into what allows you to stay at this level? You're one of the most decorated athletes. So what's the motivation to stay there? And also for Leonardo, you said you're not thinking. You've been thinking about the 23. So it's coming. It looks like. So how do you get to the 23 without thinking about it?
I want to hear how you get to 23 easy. No, okay, I'll start. I mean, what keeps me going in that drive inside, it's kind of what I said earlier. Like, if you believe you're still capable of something and there's still something on the table, like, you always have the option to walk away. And I think I've had a bunch of options in my career. Could it be done here? What's next? And I think I'm really fortunate now because I'm enjoying what I do even more than I've ever did in the beginning part of my career. I have my wife and my coach and best friend and our families around us, and the support and our lifestyle of how we're able to do this it's something that makes me happy every day. I'm just what I'm able to do, and especially what I'm able to express with the body I have. I think at this stage of the game, I see a lot of athletes I know who are retired already, and they're asking me how am I still doing it, and I'm lucky enough that my body's still allowing me to do it. So like if I still have the opportunity to do it, I'm going to be thankful for it, and I'm going to express it the best I can. It doesn't mean that every day is going to be the best day, and there's definitely more hard days now than there were when I had a younger body, but I think the top end's still there, and that's the spark and the drive that keeps it coming.
Yeah, so I don't know. I still have to figure it out. Maybe I will have a chat with Joe now about that, but I don't know. I think I should just stop also about talking about that, just show up in competition and relax myself, live the present and celebrating.
Paul Hoff-Mahoney with Sidious Mag. Joe, this one's for you. The last year or so at USA's and then US Indoors, you've kind of had to reckon with a feeling that you had avoided for over a decade. What have those two experiences of missing those teams kind of taught you leading into the last two teams you'll try and make for Beijing and LA? Yeah,
it's no lesson I didn't already know. I mean, this year indoors, I don't know if that was a lesson as much as just, I really just wanted to throw indoors in the indoor with a net. It's been my 14th year as a pro, and I never threw indoors in Europe, so it was more of a bucket list indoor things to do. But yeah, last year, I mean, it's something we always knew. You know, you throw 22 meters and you might not make a team. And that's what happened to me here last year. And it's like, you have a lot of circumstances. Yeah, the kids were sick and I probably was down, but like I still had a good competition. And it's like, what do you do in that scenario? You got to fight and be ready for it. And I think you got to learn for it, but it's not something that, you know, I've known my whole career. I was fourth in 2012 in college. I've been on the other end of that before. Luckily, the past couple of years I've been there. But I think, you know, it's given me perspective of being more targeted, you know, especially this year. We talk about my age. I think there is a time in my career I could do a lot of meets and be at a high level and do well at those meets. And I think in the years coming up, I think Ashley and I using this year to kind of experiment to be more targeted on how I can be perfectly primed that on my bad day, it's still good enough to get on that team. And of course, once that team happens, making sure you're coming back with a medal. Because I think if you make a team for the U.S. and you don't get a medal, you're doing a disservice for the guys who are at home. And that's like what I always thought to myself. And I think that's the standard of being a U.S. shot putter. And I put that on Christian Cantwell, Reese Hoffa, John Godina. They set the standard, and I'm just trying to make sure that stays at the high level.
Amazing. Thank you so much. We want to thank the Giants in the room. We want to get our photo up front, so if you three could just stand in the middle, give us a good picture, and then the media will finish their questions out back. She's excited. I know. When I say after I introduce you, come on. No, wait. After I introduce you, come over and give me a hug. Okay, we're ready? Okay, we have everyone in the room for the field event. We're going to get started for our women's field. First, we have Tara Davis-Woodhall, Olympic gold medalist, two-time world champion, who she names her medals. Her heart is Felipe, and the other one is Booyah. And she just set 2 new PBs in the long jump and the hurdles, and she's rediscovering her love for the hurdles. Tara Davis-Woodhall. Hey! Next, we have Larissa Iapichino, hey, world indoor silver medalist, European silver medalist, under 20 world record holder in the long jump. She has jumped a magical 7 meters this season. The Italian has come all the way from Italy to compete at Prefontaine. Larissa Iapichino, thank you so much for coming. Chase Jackson, American record holder, 20.96, two-time world champion, world champ silver medalist, 4-time world indoor medalist, and an all-out good time. Don't do me. She told me to be nice to her. I have the mic. I don't have to be nice to you. Okay, so yes, Chase Jackson, yes. Next, whoa, the woman that's been acting up meet to meet, Jessica Schilder, Netherlands national record holder, 21:09, over 21 meters, world championship gold and bronze medalist, two-time world indoor medalist, and ready for an epic battle. Jessica Schilder. Okay, let's get started. I'm going to start with you, Tara, okay? So, okay, let me just say this. I was going to call you, and I haven't called. We're going to have this. I'm going to give you guys a little insider into how I'm going to talk to her. Girl, for real, that's how we feeling? You running that fast in the hurdles? Is that what we do? So we doing hurdles now? You doing, like, yeah, I know.
It's on.
It's on? You doing hurdles now?
Yeah.
Like, okay, so when you were running, did you, like, you were in the outside lane. Did you know that you were running that fast? Was the rhythm on? Tell me about that race.
Okay.
Insider.
So
It's just us in the room. Insider. What did it feel like?
Hey, girl, hey. So, I was actually just really excited. I've never ran on lane 1 before, so I was a little nervous for that inside of the barrier. What's that thing on the side of the track?
Yes.
What? The rail. I was scared of that, okay? So that was the only thing I was really thinking about, but I didn't know where I was in the mix of the race until probably hurdle 6, where I was like, oh, shoot, I'm still with them. And I heard my dad screaming, stay with them, stay with them. And I was like, oh, okay. But then I saw Masai. I was like, holy crap, she's so far ahead. She's running. And I don't know, by the 6th hurdle, I was like, I haven't felt my feet move this fast ever. And it was just so much fun, and it was just kind of like, I don't know, it was back home. It was natural. And just running through the line, I haven't ran through a line in a minute, so it was fun just to get to the finish line. And yeah, I was really lucky and blessed to just get through a race, and that's what I wanted to do, but I wanted to compete as well. And was I surprised for 12:47? Yeah, I was. And I was really happy. What I wasn't happy about was my block start.
Girl, that .3.
0.5.
Oh, that's what you thought you ran was .3.
Yeah, everyone is like, oh, that was fake, that was fake. But if you really look at the video, you'll see me dead last at getting out of the blocks. Everyone's like, oh, but you got out of the blocks with everyone. Yeah, because I have a good start. Like, that's it. But my reaction time wasn't good, and I want to work on that.
Absolutely. I know they're going to kill me. Face that way because they want their good pictures. But I will say this. That was a little bit of, this is what we would do on the, yes. Okay.
Anyways,
but we're going to get back because I have a job to do, okay? Talk
bye.
to the people. Talk to the people. Okay, so, no, you did just a Nike project where you said, the more I enjoy this sport, the more dangerous I get. And we clearly see that you were enjoying yourself. At Prefontaine Classic, on the runway, how dangerous is Tara Davis-Woodhall going to be knowing that she's having a good time?
Sorry, Larissa, but really dangerous. I'm really excited to be in front of a home crowd on July 4th to represent my country and to just go out there and have fun and show these young girls, these young athletes, anyone in the stands that you can enjoy your sport while being at the top level that you are.
Well, I already saw you doing your warm-up yesterday, going around waving at people and kissing babies. You're so famous. You're just so famous. Yes, okay, we're going to have more questions for you. Larissa. Hi, I'm a fan. 7 meters, you. Okay, so, you said you love, like, when the fans are loud and when they're cheering. That is what Hayward Field is about. What are you looking for most here, knowing that people are going to be like, go Larissa?
I think it's pretty exciting. Well, I watched Pre-Classic on TV, and I saw this huge energy. And, you know, coming from Italy, where, I mean, you're a home hero and everything, I mean, I think it's different when you're away from home and you still get the support from a crowd that's, you know, that has its own heroes and whatever. So, I don't know, I'm pretty excited and cannot wait.
And I do want to say, when you jumped to 7 meters, your dad is your coach. What was his conversation? What was his reaction?
He was like, hallelujah. Yeah, he looked at me and was like, see, it's not that difficult. I mean, you just need to do what you worked for and just be your own self. You have the answer in you. So it was quite an emotional moment for both of us. And then we were in the south of Italy, so we ate a lot at dinner. So it was fun. We had a lot of food. That was a good celebration. But yeah, it was emotional for the both of us. And I hope to relive those same moments.
And we hope to see that pretty. Okay, Chase. Yep, I'm going to be nice to you. Yes. Indoors was absolutely amazing for you. I mean, you added another title by winning Indoor World Championships. But coming off of that high, coming to outdoors, there's no championship. What has that been like for you to juggle that for this outdoor season?
Yeah, it's been kind of annoying because, I mean, we should be in the ultimate. It's kind of just pissed me off. But it kind of became more about, like, just doing really well, and, like, the Diamond League circuit's kind of become the bigger thing. And I think our first meet out, you know, somebody threw 21, and I think that's kind of a mark we've all been fighting for. So right now, I think my biggest hurdle is, like, I'm chasing a distance. I'm trying to avoid that. But yeah, I think the Diamond League circuit just became a bigger thing for us this year because we haven't not had a major in a while now. And so yeah, just trying to throw far at these meets that count, and I think I kind of looked at pre as kind of like my peak time. I think I want to do really well here because we're not in the ultimate at the end. So yeah, I think doing really good here and trying to throw 21 more than the other girl. I forget her name.
We don't know. Somebody, like, I think
forget
like
who.
Jessica, like Schilder. I don't know. It might be Jessica.
I forgot her name.
Okay. Let me say, Chase, you are a riot. And you have now built a home gym. And we now have videos online of some dancing going on in the gym. I mean, a couple of good things. But you seem like you do a really good job of the balance of hard work, but enjoying yourself. How important is that for you to have that balance? You show us that, and we appreciate that. But how important is that?
It's kind of like what Tara said. Like, I think people misconstrue, like, hard work as, like, not enjoying it. You have to be, like, serious, and I don't think you do. And especially with field, we're standing around and we're doing stuff. Like, I'm not about to be, like, in a mood for an hour. I'm just not doing it. So, like, even with training, I just want to have fun. And, like, if I'm not having fun, that'd be really boring, like, hour of competition. It'd be horrible. So I'm like that kind of all the time. And, yeah, I just love my job. And I'm not going to stop loving it. It's the best job ever. Oh. So I can't complain. But, yeah, and obviously I got old, and I was like, I don't want to go anywhere to train. So now I get to train at home and do what I want.
You're hilarious. So, okay, last request. This is a request from me. Can we get another reveal for the makeup? You did that for the last, and it was like,
Oh,
and
yeah, no, I already have it planned.
Okay, we need
I do this thing. That thing, I'm doing that one. You know what I'm talking about? That one. She knows what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Perfect.
I got you.
Okay, thank you. Jessica, I mean, the one.
What's her name?
Maybe through. I was about to say the lady or the someone that maybe
she who
through.
shall not be
Jessica,
named.
get her. Get her. Drop a 22 on her.
Tomorrow, don't worry about
Okay.
it.
You're not supposed to say that.
I want to get you
supposed to be on my side.
I am.
It's going great here.
Anyway, this is why field is amazing. Okay, you're on fire. Okay, you're setting record after record, obviously the 21. But then indoors, you also set a crazy record in indoors. I mean, you're making your name just stamped in there. Okay, did you know from indoors that outdoors was going to be this? Like, did you feel that momentum carrying it over?
Well, we changed some things in training, so it was a big gamble for me, actually. So before the competition in China, where I threw 21 meters, we were like, it's going to be 19 meters or 21. So it was kind of big of a gamble, but I think it worked out so far, so I'm really happy about it.
And you just did 3 competitions in 8 days.
Yeah.
Insane. How's the body? Are you okay? Because we would like to see something nice.
Yeah, are you tired?
I'm really tired, darling.
Are you sore?
Yeah, I'm sore. Everything hurts.
How's your hand?
My hand is not doing well. How's your elbow, darling?
Shut up.
Yes.
All right, that's it for me. Bye.
I'm sorry. What was the question?
No, it's fine. I was saying, obviously, you competed 3 competitions, 8 days. How's your body? Are you ready to go?
Well, this is my last competition before I'm back in training again. So I'm trying to make most of it. I'm not 100%, but I'm just trying to have fun and enjoy the game. At least I'm trying with you.
So I know we're having a good time, but I do want to open the floor now to the media. I'm sure we have amazing questions for these athletes. Have the mic. Jeff has the mic. Okay.
Jupiter.
My name is Juniper Crofta, a Tracktown USA Kid reporter. I have a question for Tara. I'm 9 years old and a long jumper too. What is something you wish someone had told your younger self that you can share with us?
I'm in tears.
That was so sweet.
Good job. Hi. I'm actually crying right now because you're the cutest thing ever. But if I could tell you anything, is I would tell you to just enjoy the sport. It can be taken away any day. It can cause a lot of anxiety. It can cause a lot of stress to your life. But it's the one thing that is getting you up. And it's one thing that's making you show up for yourself. And so I would say just have fun, enjoy the moment, and don't put too much pressure on yourself.
Next question in the back over there.
Dwayne from Sports Talk Tech. I got two questions. Maybe Jessica and Chase could handle this. You mentioned not being in Ultimate. Have you guys talked to Lord Co about this? What's the way to get into the Ultimate Championships? Because given the kind of seasons that the ladies in the shot put are doing back and forth at Stockholm and in Oslo, we need to do something there. And also for Tara, do you need the schedule to be changed for the Olympics, for World Championships next year to accommodate a long jump and hurdles?
Yeah, I think we've all kind of talked about it. You know, being quite a popular event too, the shot put. So, I mean, what can we do? We've been doing like historic competitions, historic numbers, and what else can we do? Apparently it wasn't enough to get in, so like what else can we do but keep showing them that we should have been there? I mean, how far do we have to freaking throw? Jeez Louise.
Yes.
I'm just gonna, if we make the change, then we need a commitment. I got your back over there. No more than just a yes. Okay, Serenity.
Hey guys. All right, my question's for the long jumpers, for Larissa and Tara. Tara, I'll start with you. Kind of a little bit of a piggyback off of that one. After you ran your 12.4, I know we spoke about it being like such a shock to you. Hurdles, you've always done hurdles, yes, but to go that fast was like ridiculous. So would you say you went back to the drawing board and like rewrote some of your goals? And now you might be including hurdles a little bit more in those goals?
That's a really good question. Hurdles is actually not even on the goal board.
Oh, okay. Fair.
And hurdles is really for fun. After this meet, we're going to reevaluate and we're going to see what's the word. And I would love to drop below 12.4. I would love to be in the mix with Masai at some point. But as of right now, we're just having fun. There's no pressure behind it. I'm just really enjoying the moment and getting faster and stronger for long jump.
Love it. And then for Larissa, I know you just touched that 7 meters, and just for the long jump field in general now, do you all feel like 7 meters is the new normal, it is the new standard?
Yes, it is. Well, the level has been set really high since Malaika and Ivana, but then with Tara, we have I mean, the average level is very, very high. So yes, I think that in order to, make it to the medals at Olympics and Worlds, you need to jump that measure. And more. And more, of course. We're not setting limit. And more.
I want to evolve our sport. We've been at this 7 meters is like the one thing to hit, but like why can't 7:10 be the next mark? Why can't 7:20 be the next mark? We're so behind in long jump and the technology and the data behind it that there's no one out there testing it. And so I want to change the game of long jump. I want us to jump 750. I want us to jump 760. I feel like we're capable of doing that with the speed that we bring on the runway, with the power that we have. And like even Chase, like y'all throwing 21 meters, that's crazy. And like that is the elevation for your sport that you need. And 7 meters, it has to be the bare minimum of what we can do to get the money for our sport, what we can do to get the TV time, what we can do to get the sponsors and the money. And so seeing all these ladies like start jumping 7 meters in college and then at different track meets not just the championships. It's really inspiring for me to keep going and keep pushing.
Jeff, who's?
Yes, this is for Tara. It's David Woods with Track and Field News. Tara, are you find the training for the hurdles and the long jump complementary, or are you worried about one detracting from the other? And I see you're a assistant coach at Kansas State. How has that influenced you as an athlete to share your experience and wisdom with others?
Yeah, I think hurdles and long jump goes hand in hand. I think that the 3 steps between the hurdles are going the last 3 steps in the long jump. I think the speed that I am bringing through the hurdles definitely attacks for the long jump, allows me to be faster and more controlled on the runway. And then the power as well. The hurdle takeoff and the long jump takeoff are pretty similar. And as for an assistant coach at K-State, it's really inspiring for me to watch these athletes grind every day and find their passion and joy in the sport. And it allows me to be like mentor and be the big sister of the team. And they have a lot of coaches. You guys see that K-State is booming with incredible athletes and incredible coaches. And for me, I just want to be the person that these athletes are looking up to, asking for advice, asking what to do next, kind of, like I said, just being the big sister of the group, someone I didn't have growing up in the sport.
Thank you so much, ladies. So if you all will stand in the middle here, we're going to get a great picture of you because you look so good. And then the media will ask you more questions out in the back. Amazing. All right, we want to get this thing started with the champions. Hunter Woodhall, Paralympic gold medalist, silver medalist, 3 times bronze medalist, 2-time world champ, silver medalist, a man who is continuously pushing his sport forward. Hunter Woodhall. Your wife sat in the same seat. You guys are just, I tell you. Noah Malone. The man, 2-time Paralympic gold medalist, 2-time silver medalist, bronze medalist, the man who plays no games, even on the runway, Noah Malone. Brittni Mason in the all-pink, world record holder, Paralympic gold medalist, 4-time silver medalist. She's an esthetician. What can't she do? Brittni Mason. All right, Hunter, I'm going to start off with you. I know you just a little bit. So you're a fierce competitor, right? But we oftentimes get to see you be nice, go around shaking hands with fans like yesterday and kissing babies. Who are you when you start to compete, though? Because all of that is shut off.
I just kind of try to be myself all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I think like what everyone else up here was saying is just like you can enjoy the sport and try to compete at a high level at the same time. So we train every day to show up and be ready to race. So like I said, I just get to enjoy it, and it's such an opportunity to be able to compete at this stage at Diamond Leagues. So I just go out there and have fun, try to run as fast as I can.
You just so chill. You just like, Dawn, it's just running. It's just running.
Man.
But let me say this. You do a good job of the work hard, play hard. Has that always been that way for you, or did you ever have to work on not taking something so serious or playing too much?
I'm gonna be honest. Like for so long, I didn't have like the ability to run. Like I didn't have running legs. I was running on walking prosthetics. So when I then gained like the opportunity to be able to run, like it was something I never really took for granted from that point on. But I think like I've definitely been inspired to have a lot of fun in the training environment from Tara, and just kind of, and same with like, you know, our coach and the environment around in which we train. So I think it comes from, you know, the people around you, you feed off them, leadership, and just kind of giving you that okay that it's okay to work hard and have fun. But I think it's always a work in progress. But this is a pretty dope job. We just show up and run around the track, hang out outside with our friends, and it doesn't get much better than that.
Absolutely. So the para field is deep, and this is a big race. So was for Pre to be on your calendar, did you like kind of gear up for this, or was it just this is right in the sequence of what you've been doing?
I mean, Pre's the best meet in the world. You know what I mean? As far as like fans, and obviously being able to compete in the United States is such a blessing in track and field, not having to go overseas. Home crowd, coming from the NCAA system, being able to compete here at Old Hayward and New Hayward. It's just not a meet you want to miss. And for the para movement, just getting the opportunity to have the lanes, to be able to run on Saturday, it's like it would be silly for us not to take advantage of it and try to put the best look on the Paralympic movement as we can. So,
love that. Noah, you a whole vibe. You played no games. From the Prefontaine red carpet, let me tell you, I was playing top golf with some friends in St. Louis, Missouri, okay? I look up at the TV, and Noah's running on ESPN. I said track and field is on the map. What is it like for you to be such a game changer and to now be well known?
Oh, man, that's a good question. Well, see, I look at myself as I feel like I have so much more to go. I feel like I have not reached any of my goals. I feel like there's so much more to actually achieve in the para sport, track and field in general. Growing the sport, there's so much. So, I mean, to be here, this platform at Pre is a great opportunity. It's a fun opportunity. Like, I'm racing my friends, too. Like, the whole, like, heat of people is, like, are people I've been running against for years. So it's just a fun opportunity to compete, but then also, like, show people what para athletes can do. We're not just here to be here. Like, we are some crazy athletes up here. So, just having the opportunity to show who we are and show our talent.
Absolutely. So you know how it is at Hayward Field. It's loud. It's like bring the action, bring the noise. What is the goal? Do we want a certain time to pop up on the clock? Because when you cross, you're staring at the clock aggressively.
Yeah, I have a time in my head for sure. And I really do feel like it's going to show up. I think this is the time where it's going to happen. But just not even worried about the time. Like, it'll come if I execute, and that's what me and my coach have been practicing all year, every practice. Just don't worry about any other lanes. Just coming out, executing, and the time will take care of itself. The wind will take care of itself, and that's all it is. Like, that doesn't add any pressure. Like, it just takes away the pressure, takes away any anxieties. Just go out there, compete, have fun, and something great was going to happen.
Yes, it is, and we can't wait to see it. Brittni, you have had an amazing year. Let's just say you kicked it off with the Paralympic, the winter. You were in the snow, and you were everywhere. I didn't hear you answer this question. If you could do a winter sport, which one would it be? Because you tried a couple, I think. Oh, yeah. No. There you go.
Okay. Winter sports are crazy. I honestly don't know if there's anyone I can do. Like, I would like to say biathlon, but then I watch them run prelim, semifinal, finals, like, far, like in one day, and I was like, I might have to stick to some summer sports, but I really don't know what winter sport I would do. I would try snowboarding maybe if I could snowboard.
Okay, I love that. Okay, so I'm gonna try and make some calls and set that up. Okay, so they've brought out a deep field here. In the preparation going into this, how are the nerves, and also for you, what do you want to see, the performance-wise?
I want to see a season's best. I like bigger crowds. It actually gets me more hyped to run in front of bigger crowds, and so to be able to run with other athletes that are just as phenomenal is going to be incredible for the atmosphere and hopefully to push me to hit my goal.
Okay, so I saw an interview where you said you like a little bedazzle, a little extra. Will we be seeing any bedazzle or extra at Pre?
You absolutely will.
Yes. Can we get which item is it? Or is it just everything?
Shoes and uniform.
Oh, see, the people want to see it. I told you to get it all right now. No, but so yes, we're going to open the floor now to the media. Oh, have a question.
Are we on? There we go. Hey guys, we got the chance to all speak at LA Grand Prix this year, and a lot of you all talked about confidence going into your racing. How much has confidence been a factor going into pre? And sometimes when your confidence isn't even at an all-time high, what do you do to sometimes increase it and or just fight through it?
For me, confidence comes from preparation. So I think about it like anything else. Like in college, when I would procrastinate tests and I would walk in without studying, like I was pretty anxious for those tests. And same with competition. Like when you do the right things at practice, when you're prepared, when you're making good decisions on and off the track, like you walk in with a different sense of confidence. So I don't know. I haven't really been getting too nervous with races. So I'm pretty confident, excited.
Yeah, no, I mean, I share the same sentiment. It comes from like just being prepared, just trusting your coach, trusting your training plans. I mean, we've been probably training since like, I mean, some of us December, January, so we've had a lot of months under our belt. So yeah, like really just do what we do in practice. And then if we trust our training, trust our coaches, you know, this isn't our first meet of the season, so we've have some stuff to build up on. And I mean, I know there's a big crowd, it's a big platform, but it's like, you know, we still, well, me for personally, it's like, you just got to trust what I've been doing this whole season. So it's nothing really different. It's still 100 meters. I've raced against a lot of these people before already this season. So it doesn't really change what I do in the race. So that's what I would say.
And then for me, like, this is the best preparation year I've had in a really long time. So I've been racing myself into shape, and then also like each race has been dropping each week. So I have a lot of confidence going into this meet.
Keenan Gray, sorry, yeah, I can't talk. Keenan Gray with Runner Space. This is for all three of you. Last year, of course, we got to see the para championships here for the very first time with the able-bodied athletes as the kind of the build-up to LA 2028. Just how much progress have we made, and you know, shedding a light on this sport for you guys, and you know, having your platform to be able to showcase what you're able to do, because it seemed like you guys were very excited to be at Hayward Field last year.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was probably the first time Hayward has ever hosted a para meet. So for a lot of us, that was really cool to be combined with the Olympic side of track and field at the same, not just like the same weekend, but literally integrated in the same competition as them. I think that brought a lot of new eyes to para sport, and especially leading into LA. I mean, that's going to help us out a lot. You know, the games are here on home soil, and you know, with a sport like track and field, it's in terms of like the Paralympics, I think it is probably top 2 of the most popular sports like in the Paralympics. So as many eyes as we can get on track and field and para track specifically, I think it's going to be super great. And I think the crowd loved it. This was probably, for a lot of them, this was their first para race that they saw last year in Hayward. And yeah, I mean, it's enjoyable to watch. It's super fun. We're competitive. So I think we made a good first impression, I think.
I'd have to second that. It's really cool when you get to like, you know, run in front of like your home soil and like people like in the U.S. and like we don't have a lot of meets where we are combined in the U.S. So for people to be able to come out and like watch, you know, the Paralympic movement grow, and also with the able bodies, like it's phenomenal. And I think it's going in the right direction, especially with LA being, you know, in the U.S. And I hope it just continues to grow.
Yeah, I'm like super biased because for my whole career we've had to go to like 2 separate nationals, like the whole family traveled to 2 separate places, coach trying to figure out 2 separate meets. So in that way, it's been like such a blessing to be able to compete alongside with Tara and just have a good time. And the biggest thing is, you know, the sport is growing, and what's most inspiring to me is that people are listening. The folks at USATF, like listening to advice and trying to make changes and understanding like we're not where we want to be, but we have a mission to continue to get better and pursue greatness in the sport. So I'm just so grateful, and I think that we will continue to earn that spot and show that we deserve to be here and give people something to watch that they care about.
Hey, Owen Murray from preclassic.com back here. For Hunter and Noah, y'all are both pretty active on social media, just in terms of sharing what you do and what your day looks like. I'm just curious, like in terms of Noah was talking about, the impact of getting eyes on it. What's that side of outside of being at a meet? Why is that important? Why do you dedicate so much time to that?
It's like if not me, then who, right? Like nobody else is going to do it. We've seen that if you want people to care about what you're doing, you got to give them a way to see it, right? So for us, it's like if we're going to sit up here and say we want to see parasport grow and we want to have opportunities to show up at Prefontaine and Diamond Leagues and compete at nationals with the able-bodied athletes, like we have to have a reason and we have to be able to, like I said, earn that spot. So I think for us, like that is us kind of putting our money where our mouth is and showing up. And I think if anything else, like it has proved that people do care and that there is an audience and that they're willing to watch and that brands and companies are willing to invest in the sport. So I hope that it just like continues to inspire other athletes and continues to build awareness. Beatrice is out there on Love Island getting people to watch and care about the sport. Like it is growing and people care about this. There's an appetite for it. And I think every athlete, unfortunately right now in our sport, has the responsibility to do so if they truly want to see the sport grow and create more opportunities for more athletes.
Yeah, honestly, it's like in parasport, everybody has a crazy cool story. Like every single athlete has their own unique story, and it's up to us to share it. Like who else is going to get that story out outside of the athletes themselves? So it's not always about just running fast and all that, but it's also about just, showing who you are, like showing your personality, and, if you are into fashion, like showing up in like certain clothes, it's all about that, like showing your personality and how you are, and then just like how you express that on the track. And there's a ton of para athletes who are doing such a great job, and every year it's just building and building. And I think LA is going to be insane because there's going to be so many opportunities, platforms, and eyes on that. And I just feel like, yeah, I mean, if we're talking about content, it's like, yeah, everyone's taking that serious now, I feel like. So, yeah, I think it's going in the right direction.
Yes, this is for Noah. David Woods with the Indianapolis Star. Noah, where are you training now full-time? And you're a Paralympics gold medalist, but you said you haven't met any of your goals yet. Can you elaborate on some of those goals?
Yeah, so I currently train at San Diego State with Sheila Burrell. She's my current coach now. And, in terms of, like, those goals, I more so just mean time-wise, Like the gold, if I'm being completely honest, like the gold medal, how I received it in Paris, it wasn't like, I didn't cross the line first. So I still need to do that. That is one thing I have not checked off my list with the whole, like, controversy with the other athletes. So, yeah, I still got to cross that off my list. I have not done that, and I haven't received like an individual gold medal, so got to do that. Some certain times I want to hit, got to do that. Like there's always room to be a better track and field athlete. There's no such thing as perfect. So, been doing great. 6 medals is amazing. It's a blessing, but it's like, at this level, you have to like kind of squeeze everything out, and it's like, I want to see how fast I really can get. So, achieve some goals, but there's some bigger goals I definitely want to achieve soon.
9-second Noah.
It's coming. Maybe tomorrow.
Oh, shit. I'm in
I
that
heard
race,
that.
bro. Chill.
Right.
Hey, chill.
I heard that. We want to thank you all for your time. We're going to stand here so we can get a picture with you all in the middle. And then the media will be in the back to ask you more questions. All right, I think we have our athletes, the sprint. I see you over there. We have our sprinters. I can't wait. My girls are about to come up here. Okay, I am a professional. Okay, first we have Melissa Jefferson-Wooden, Olympic gold medalist, Olympic bronze medalist, 5-time world champion, first American to win the 100, 200, and 4x1 in the same world championships. She's had the world glued to their screen to see if she could do it, and she did not let the world down. Melissa Jefferson-Wooden. Next, we have Tina Clayton, two-time world champion, silver medalist. She dominated as a junior, and the world was excited for when she came onto the professional scene. And she is just getting started because she's only 21. Tina Clayton. Masai Russell, a girl after my own heart, Olympic champion, American record holder of 12:14, only .02 off the world record that she just ran in China. And we are on world record watch. Masai Russell. Okay, I'm gonna just start with you, Melissa. Okay, listen to this first part. It's smooth. The woman who shocked the world, but not herself. When I say not herself, it's because you knew the hard work that you put in and you knew what you were capable of. What was it like last year to go out there and do what you love, but to see the world, see your talent on full display?
It was very rewarding because so many times last year there were moments after races where people would be like, oh my gosh, like I can't believe she did that. And I'm just thinking to myself, why? Why is that so surprising, right? But also it's just a testament to me keeping my head down and working, being disciplined in the things that I say I want to do. And I did just that. Last year was a year of discipline, just me not listening to the outside noise, leaning and depending on the people around me to get me to where I wanted to be. And we did the thing.
Yeah, you did do the thing. As the year was going on, though, last year, did you see, like, was there a moment you're like, it's really all going to come together? Or were you almost kind of like shocked along the way?
No, I had this one day at practice, and I looked at two of my training partners, and I said, y'all know me. I'm not a cocky person. I'm not a prideful person. I said, but it's going to take a lot for me to not win in Tokyo. But that was the day that I told myself that I wasn't going to let anything or anyone get in the way of me achieving the things that I know that I'm capable of achieving, the things that I know that I've worked so hard to do. I wasn't going to let anything deter me from that. And the last thing I wanted to do is run across that line and have any regrets of saying like, oh man, I wish I would have done this or I wish I would have done that.
Last year was a dream, but pre was a movie. It was a movie. You put on a show. I told you I got emotional watching the race over and over again because it was just so, like, the ending was so clutch. But this year, you didn't do really indoor, you know what I mean? You opened up a little later. What is it like going into this weekend knowing that kind of maybe the feel is a little different for you, and what are your goals for pre?
My goal is to execute. That's always been my goal. That is the thing that has gotten me to where I am today. But not only executing on the track, just executing the whole day in general. That starts with me getting up in the morning and doing the things that I know I need to do in order to get ready for that day. Obviously, this year we're going to have 2 rounds, which, you know, there's a lot of mixed emotions about it, but I'm fine with it. I get a chance to have 4 races in on the year now, being that I've only ran the 200 and 100 once so far this year. So, you know, being able to get a bit more races in my legs is always a good thing for me. And, you know, I'm just excited to go out there and compete.
You compete, you do. It's going to be a good one. Okay, Tina, you're Jamaica. Hey, girl. Hey. Okay, let me just say this. When Jamaica shows up, they show out. And you have not let them down. What is it like to know that you have the future of Jamaica sprinting in your hands? Oh, yeah.
Okay, so it's always a privilege to compete for my country. You know, a lot of, I would say, the legends are from Jamaica. Mm-hmm. But yes, I know a lot of young athletes look up to me, not just only young athletes, but also athletes in general. So I can say I'm having a privilege. I have a privilege. So yeah.
Yes, you do. You do it well. Okay. Mixed relay world record though. You and your sister, y'all clowned. What was it like for you, seriously, to do that? Like even with your, what was it like when you crossed the line and you saw it, and then you're like, sis, we did this?
Well, my first impression when I heard that I was doing it, I was like, me? Run into those big men? I can't catch none of those big men, they're fast. But I just had to gather up everything in my mind and know that I had to go there and do it for Jamaica. But when we run the heat, I was like, oh my God, but after the finals, it really hit because I was like, I didn't expect that time, but as I said to everybody, it takes 4 persons to run a relay, and it's 4 willing persons, not just 2 persons, 4. And once you know the button exchange is smooth and everything else, then it's good. So we are grateful.
The mic is great. You're doing great. Okay, so we see you and your sister practicing all the time and competing. I just need to know, between the two of you, is anyone more of the smack talker, like, girl, I'm going to bust you up in this set? Like, is anybody, or y'all just so polite to each other?
No, we're not like that.
Oh, that's so, okay, so y'all just like, okay.
No, we just train, and it's out. If, like, I would say, like, if there's a day that probably feel off with both of us, we do motivational talk. Like, it's just a day. You probably have an off day. It's not every day out here. Like, you come to training, every day is not going to be a good day. Some days are going to be off. Some days are going to be, okay, yeah, I feel amazing. But if one of us having a bad day, then we do talks. Like when we're doing our warm down laps, we talk and we motivate each other. And we're always there for each other. And I think that's what creates a great bond between us.
That is absolutely beautiful. Girl, such a good answer. Such a good answer. Okay, so you know at Pre, the best of the best comes here, and you are here, and we are excited to have you. What is your goal? What's your expectation for this weekend?
Is just to execute, and you know once you execute your race, it's a good race. And yes, when you line up there, everybody, I can say everybody wants to win. Nobody goes to the line wanting to lose. So, you know, and it's always hungry more for it, you know, but they say don't be little your confidence. That's what I go by. So let's see what tomorrow says.
Oh, we shall see what tomorrow says. I love it. Masai. Oh, hey, boo. Okay, so let's talk about the 12-14, because everybody wants to know. I want to know, though, when you ran the 12-14, did you feel that your rhythm was that fast, or were you caught up competing and you were just in the zone?
Yeah, I was just in the zone, honestly. I feel like when you run fast, it doesn't feel fast, and that's why I feel like I don't even know what I'm capable of at this point, because it wasn't like, whoa, I'm running up on these hurdles. Like, it felt controlled. Yeah. It was just like, all right, I won the race, and let me see what the time is. So when I seen it was 12:14, I was like, all right, period.
Okay, so let me just ask so everyone can know. The world records, we're on world record watch, world record watch. Is it annoying that is just, are you like, just let me run, or are you welcoming that conversation of world record talk?
I feel like I'm in the mixture of both. Honestly, because at the end of the day, I have to do it, you know, I have to show up when it matters, and it has to come out, you know, like anyone can say, oh, you know, I run 12-1 3 times, and we know she has the potential to run it, but the person who has to go out there and do it is me. So, you know, whenever that time comes, like I'm a big believer, and like nothing happens before it's time. So, you know, of course, we're all praying and hoping that it comes tomorrow. And I believe that. Like, I believe that is possible, which is why I said I'm in the mixture of both, because, like, I have to be in the mindset. I have to be the one to line up in to believe that I can do what everyone else sees. So, you know, I'm outside of everyone else's expectation, and it's more so, like, what am I thinking and how am I feeling mentally? So I know where I'm at mentally, and I know what I'm capable of. So, yeah, I mean, it's not a bad thing. Like, it's a good thing. I feel like I've learned to embrace when people say, you know, I'm like this generational talent, or I'm great, or I'm this, or I'm that. And I'm like, I can understand it now that I've gotten older and now that I'm more mature in this space to not doubt my ability. It's more so like, okay, they're telling me this because I am good, because I have the potential, because they see something in me. But before, I feel like I used to kind of like steer away from that, and I didn't want the spotlight as much. Like, of course, like I'm like active on social media, and people think, you know, I love being in front of the camera, but like it's a different realm when you come off a year winning and then you come to the next season and it's like everyone expects for you to win all the time. So, you know, I used to be like, no, like don't look at me, like let me just run, and however it comes, just let it happen. But now I feel like I've stepped into like accepting that I have a standard, a title to uphold, a standard for myself, and yeah, like just I love the expectations. It doesn't change what I do, but I do like that I have a standard about myself that people know what to expect when Masai's in the race.
Well, let me say this. When Masai believes, you a dangerous little something. So I can't wait for tomorrow because you believe. Okay. Let me say this. Okay, so at practice, oftentimes there's something that you're working on that you're like, if I get that down, if I get that together, is there something in your race that you're like, oh, if I could just get better at that one thing?
I think I'm getting to the point now where I'm just kind of like polishing everything. I think the start for a long time was like one of the main things that I was working on, but with Devin Charlton being your training partner, that comes kind of quick, trying to keep up with her. So for me now, I think it's just like polishing the whole thing, like just polishing, because like I said, I don't know what time I'm capable of running. Like, I don't know. Like, I've heard sub 12, I've heard 12:0, I've heard like crazy numbers. So like, I don't want to be the one to put a number on it. But I think that I have all the intangibles to do whatever that number is, or wherever I finish. And yeah, like I said, fix the start, got that, like I hit that when I ran that 12:14, like my start was great and my back half execution was great. For such a long time, I was like, all right, once I get the back half, like once I get the front half, like my back half, then it'll all come together. And then it was like I had the front, then I didn't have the end. And then it was just like kind of like mixing and matching. And I feel like a lot of us athletes, like we experience that. It's like you fix one thing, then the next thing go. So for me, like I said, now it's really just about like polishing the whole thing. Like I'm trusting my training. I've been the most consistent I've ever been like this year. So it's no reason to go out there and like assume or doubt what it could be. Like I feel like I know where I feel like I don't know where I'm at, but I know that I'm in a place where I'm ready to run fast. And yeah.
I could talk to you all for forever, but I have to open the floor to the media. Media, do you all have questions? Where I know he's in here. Oh, right here. Okay. Yep. Oh, little bit. Yeah.
My name is Royal Hall, a Tracktown USA kid reporter. I have a question for Masai. I am 8 years old, and I was wondering, when you were 8 years old, what was surprising you the most about the athlete you are today?
Can you repeat that? Like, when I was 8,
what would surprise you the most about the athlete you are today?
I think the main thing is just who I've become. When I was 8 years old, that was a long time ago, but that's when I first started running track. And I used to watch people like Dawn and Sonia, Nia Ali, like all these great people. So now I'm where they're at, or where they were. And honestly, it was just about like believing and just dreaming big, like just continue dreaming, never stop dreaming, because those dreams will one day become true.
All right, Dwayne from Sports Talk Tech. I got two questions, one for Melissa. So Melissa, you've only run sparingly on the Diamond League. When we spoke after Stockholm, you talked about taking in the moment from the triple gold medal last season, but still having goals like 10.5. Are we going to be closer to the 10.5 this season? And for Tina, the emergence of all these new Jamaican athletes, including Shanice Walker, others running really fast. Are you feeling any pressure here? Because the Jamaican media is tough on replacing, say, Shelly and Fraser-Pryce, which we can't necessarily do, but how are you taking the competition, the reemergence of a Sharika Jackson, your sister and others? How are you processing that?
To answer your question, I would say I definitely feel like we're in a great position to be able to run 10.5 this year. I have, like I spoke to you before in Stockholm, you know, I'm doing things that I've never done before, which was starting out the season as late as I did. I've never done that before. I've never started out my season running a 200 meter at a Diamond League. And so, you know, just putting myself in uncomfortable positions and, you know, wanting to exceed no matter what no matter what may be going on around me or, you know, the reality of certain situations. You know, I always go out there and expect to be the best version of myself that I can. And so coming into, well, just looking at the year as a whole, you know, I tried my best to mirror it close to what I did last year with when I race and how often I'm training. And so I feel like I've had a really good 3 weeks of training and, you know, I'm just really excited to see how the rest of the year goes.
There's no pressure. It's a part of the game. Everybody wants the PB. Everybody wants to be a world champion. Everybody wants to be an Olympian. This is the reason we train. Nobody wants to know that, okay, I trained hard enough and couldn't even, you know? But there's no pressure. And everybody knows, yes, I am a twin. But once I'm on that start line, my sister is no longer my twin. She's now a competitor. So, yes, we train together. Yes, we are sisters. But once we go on the line, we are no longer sisters, nor training partners. Because, you know, you have no friends at the line. So you go there to compete, and it's who is more hungry for the success. So it's no pressure.
Hey guys, my question is for Tina. Being 21 years old, who were some of the athletes that you looked up to as you were growing up, and have you been able to get some words of wisdom or some advice or encouragement from any of them?
Yes. Everybody know that I look up to Lilian. Should I say it? But yeah, we speak now and then, and yeah, give them a little motivation and stuff. But yeah.
John Davern with Flow Track. My question's for Masai. NCAA championship was insane this year. Jacoby ran that 12:75. I was curious if you had any initial reactions about that, and was there any part of you that was like, dang, I really need to get back to Hayward and get some of that magic?
Good question. Yeah, I love competing here and seeing all the fast times, not even just the world record being broken in the 110s. Like the 100 was crazy. I mean, honestly, this is the fastest NCAAs ever across the board. So yeah, I mean, I'm like, all right, that track is hot and it's ready to go and it's waiting for me. So yeah, I'm excited to compete. I feel like I've had just so much success in Hayward. This is where I won my first national title ever in my life when I, the Olympic trials 2024. And then I won nationals last year here, ran 12:22. So, I mean, I put up some big times here. And, yeah, I mean, they just ran world record times and crazy times not even 3 weeks ago. Or when was it, June? A month ago. So, yeah, I'm excited.
Mookie Alexander, SB Nation. This question is from Masai. So in the 100 hurdles, it seems like the top athletes are racing each other pretty much all the time. It's a really loaded field this weekend, and that isn't necessarily the case across all the other disciplines. So does it help keep you sharp when you're essentially going up against an Olympic or world's caliber field every time out?
Absolutely. I feel like the 100 hurdles is, if not the most competitive event right now. So yeah, it makes you stay sharp. Like people was asking me after the Olympics, like, you know, what is my driving factor? And I'm like, the job's not done. This is my first championship. that I've won, and these women don't make it easy. Clearly, I mean, I didn't even leave with a medal last year, and I ran 12-1 twice. So I can't take an off day. I can't slack off if I want to. And it makes you it continuously makes me more and more hungry, because I feel like I want to just continue to set myself apart. You know, it's competitive, but what I've done pound for pound, no one's done right now. So, you know, once I get the world record and I continue to win and I continue to do what I know I can do, I think the conversation will start to shift.
Thank you so much, ladies. We wanted to get a picture of you looking so cute. And then the media, if they want, will have more questions in the back.
Group's already here, so let's settle in, and there we go.
Thank you very much. All right, we're into the second half of the order here. 4 more panels to finish us off on this pre-Friday. Next up is a trio that will be competing in the women's mile tomorrow. First to be introduced, World Indoor Championship silver medalist from earlier this year, Olympic silver medalist in Paris, picked up a World Cross Country Team Championship for Australia in Tallahassee here on U.S. soil earlier this year in January, and no stranger to Hayward Field, having competed as All-American at the University of Oregon. It's Jess Hull. Joining Jess, they picked up their second World Indoor Championship medal back in March with a bronze. Got a silver medal in 2024 at the World Indoors as well. 7th in Paris, 5th at the World Championships last year. Sits number 2 all-time on the U.S. mile list. We may be talking about that here shortly. Welcome, Nikki Hiltz. And our third member, we always got to have a little bit of faith here. We usually talk about that in the context of the weather when Pre was being held in late May, but we got beautiful weather here, great crowd on hand, and many people coming here to see one of the greatest of all time, 4 times the world champion in the 1500, including last year in Tokyo, 3 times the Olympic champion. Had a pretty special run here a year ago when she set the world record in the 1500 meters. Faith Kipyegon is with us. Welcome to all 3 of you. You do have a little switch on your mic, so make sure that is up and running. Faith, let's start with you. It's just nice to have you back here, obviously. It's been a kind of a relatively quiet season for you on the track. What brings you back to Hayward Field? Why would you bring this as part of your schedule in 2026?
I'm so grateful to be back here in Hayward Field. This is like my second home. I think I'm here for the 8th time, I think, or 9th time. I think more than 8, to be honest. And it's so amazing that I'm coming here with the beautiful memories about last year breaking the world record over the 1500, and that was really great. So I'm happy to be back here and see what will happen tomorrow again. So yeah.
And give us a sense of kind of where you are in your season's training, and you wouldn't be here if you didn't feel like you were prepared to race against the best.
Yeah, I've been, I will say I've been quiet a little bit. I raced in Shanghai, the 5,000, and this is my first, mile, and yeah, I will say short distance, is it? Yeah. And yeah, my training has been so good. My training has been well, and hopefully let's see what happens tomorrow.
All right, we'll see what happens tomorrow. Jess, you 8 or 9 appearances at Hayward Field. You've got more of those under your belt just from the collegiate career. But I want to take you back because this is also a year where the World Juniors, now the World Under-20s, is coming back to Oregon, first time since 2014. Take us back to that year and that moment and thinking about yourself there in 2014, that journey that took you back to Oregon collegiately and now where you stand today. What would you tell 2014 Jess Hull about the road ahead?
Oh, I think, like all your dreams can come true. That's kind of, I think I was the kid with the dream in 2014 that just wanted to see what was possible, and World Juniors at Hayward was Yeah, I think I've never shied away from just putting myself in the mix and seeing how far I can go with it. And I think this field is incredible. Every year it seems like we level up the field, whether it's 1 or 2 different people that come in that just make it deeper and stronger. And I think for me, I'm just searching for kind of like a race that kind of matches up with my training. I think I've had a few good starts, but not great starts yet. So I would like to sort of walk off the track tomorrow and be like, that was a step towards great, not just good. So yeah. I'm a hard taskmaster on myself, but it'll be good to just see some progress.
Nikki, the story of a lot of these last few panels is, we'll have world record holders, people who have pushed the sport forward. We obviously have one sitting here, but it pushes all of you forward to chase your own potential. You have talked about the potential of maybe setting a record that you once held. Is that the plan?
Yeah, I would love to set the American record again tomorrow. That's definitely the goal. And I think great things happen when you have such a great field and you have faith leading the charge. And I remember in Monaco when I said it the first time, it was just like every single person down the list was like national record, national record, national record. And so I wouldn't be surprised if the finish line looks similar. If we all get in a line and run a hard pace, it could be really special at the finish line again.
And encourage everyone, because you've done a great job of sort of sharing this journey that you're on. You're sharing that through social media and some documentary coverage of this journey. But how do you prepare yourself for a record attempt?
Yeah, I think you kind of like, I'm putting it out there, and that's scary to say I want to go for a record, and because everyone's like, can they do it? Can they not? But I think you put it out there, and then I think you just kind of forget about it, and then you go, or at least for me, like, what works best for me. And what works best for me is just racing and competing and trying to beat as many people as possible. And so yeah, I think like I wouldn't be surprised if I'm like behind the pace at some point and then I kick to the end. That's my strength. But I'm not too worried about it. I'm just gonna go out there and do my best. And I think, like I said, I think it's a good. Just all it is a really good opportunity. And I'm excited to see what happens.
And Faith, you mentioned that the idea of seeing what you can do on any given day, but then behind, as Nikki just mentioned, seeing a list of national records and world best performances. Do you understand what you've provided these other runners as a person to chase, but also they're chasing and now setting records in their own right?
Yeah, well, I'm so happy to hear that, and so happy to pull the ladies to run their best and to just show the world that we are capable of running fast. And yeah, let's see tomorrow. I also want to enjoy racing, and I want to see one of them. I want also to chase someone tomorrow. Maybe I want these ladies to pull me tomorrow and see what we can run. So yeah.
But you're also enjoying, again, coming back to your second home. I saw there was a post where you were meeting with some young runners, maybe yesterday or the day before, and interacting with people who, obviously look up to you. Do you enjoy that part of what you've created for yourself, which is to be sort of inspirational and somebody that everyone looks up to?
Yeah, well, I'm so happy. Before I was coming here in Eugene, we had opportunity to meet with the upcoming athletes and the young, the young generation. It so feels amazing when people look up to you or children look up to you, and it was just a great experience to just share beautiful memories and beautiful, inspiration to just tell those young girls you can do it in in the future. You just keep up. You have only to keep up and just train, believe in yourself, and be disciplined, and you will get there.
Well said. All right, let's open up the floor if we have some questions for our milers. Let's start with our youngest reporters in the room.
My name is Juniper Crofta, a Tracktown USA kid reporter. I have a question for Jess. Since you competed at Oregon, what makes Hayward Field special to you?
Thank you for your question. I think for me, it's just that pride of being a Duck. I think every time you walk back into Hayward, even this morning I was there for pre-meet, you know people, you know the people that are there for medical, you know the people that make the meet run. It just feels like a little family. Even when we go into the call room tomorrow, I'm sure Jen's in the call room and she runs over to give you a big hug and say, "Go Ducks, good luck." And it just feels like the whole crowd envelopes you and just wants you to run well and succeed. So it's just a really special place to come back to. And no matter how much time passes, you feel like you're still part of the furniture.
Jeff's working the room with the mic. No questions?
You're just going to
Whiskey
hand it to
and
me? Okay, I guess I'll just so. So yeah, national record opportunity for all three of you. What is it about when you assemble a field that has so many talented athletes competing alongside each other that just brings the best out of all of you? Nikki, we'll start with you.
Yeah, I think it's like obviously the outcome is like the record and the thing at the finish line and but it's so much just about being in the moment. And I think about Hayward Field so special to me because that's where I became an Olympian, and it was like I watched that race, or you can't ever relive that moment. And but the thing that I'm just so excited for tomorrow is to be in the moment and with 100 meters to go, have all these incredible athletes around me, and we're just pushing each other, and then the stadium gets on their feet and everyone has goosebumps, and you're just doing the thing. And so I think it's really easy to be in the moment when you're just doing what you love and racing really, really incredible athletes. So I think, I don't know if that answers your question, but it's just about kind of seizing the opportunity and you've done really good workouts or preparation for it, and then it's just going out there and executing a race you can be proud of. So I think that's kind of maybe the mentality a lot of us bring, and then I think that's what makes it special.
Paul Hoff-Mahoney with Sidious Mag. This one's for Faith. Coming into around this time last year, you were going after breaking 4 and setting the 1,500 world record at this meet. Coming into this one, the only races on your calendar in 2026 have been a road 10K that went really well and a 5K. How has your training at this point in the year, is it any different from what it looked like last year, or how has that kind of changed?
Yeah, well, I would say it's totally different compare this season with last year. At this point last year, I was, going for breaking 4. And after breaking 4, I came here and I was mentally was for something different. And then, I got into Diamond League circuit. So this year it's a little bit, a little bit tough to know where I am, especially now that I'm racing for the first time in a mile. And this is my first 1,500 meters because, I did last month in May, I did first Diamond League 5,000, which is endurance. So it's a challenge. That's why I said I'm also looking forward for these ladies to push me tomorrow and see what will happen after the finish line. So, yeah.
Hi, Faith. Dwayne from Sports Talk Tech. So you've accomplished everything. You're at the mountaintop. There's nobody that can actually, I don't think that person is born to actually take over from you. But I would like to ask, is a fourth Olympic goal seriously in your mind, and how do you prepare for that? And if not, will we see you move up into the marathon at some point?
Yeah, that's a tough question though, but you saw me this year with the 10K, so maybe that's the future. I don't know. But yeah, I hope I won't talk about Olympics right now because, you know, the age is catching up, but I don't know what I will be doing going forward, but I only want to still enjoy the sport and enjoy what I love doing most and just still try to push with these ladies and try to still push myself to inspire the next generation, inspire young girls around the world. So, yeah.
Hi, I'm Nicole. I'm from the University of Oregon School of Journalism. My question's for Jess. So we've heard from some other ducks about having kind of a home field advantage coming to Oregon, and on the other side of that, there's pressure maybe to compete even harder because it's your home field. What are you feeling about that? Are you a little bit of both, one or the other?
Oh gosh, no, this is the place I feel the least pressure in the world. Kind of coming home, it just feels nice to be back, and it's like the Hayward crowd, they'll cheer for you no matter the result. They know you went out there and gave your best effort, and I think you want to deliver for the Hayward crowd and for the home field, but at the same time you know that it doesn't change anything. It's just a race, and we go out there and have fun, and I think quite honestly this week has felt like the least pressure for the whole season so far, so I've been enjoying that.
So I have an idea for Nikki and for Jess. So tomorrow morning, as is tradition on July 4th in Eugene, is the Butte to Butte, which is a 10K road race. This afternoon, sign Faith up for the Butte to Butte. She'll run the 10K in the morning, come back to double in the mile.
I can do that.
That's the problem. We know you can do that, but I think it would be a great double. So let's talk about that afterwards. Best of luck to all three of you. Welcome back to Eugene. It's always special to have you all back. We're going to ask you to stand here and do a photo op for our photographers, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Yes. In the sprints on the schedule tomorrow, and representing the sprint core here. First up, newly minted U.S. under-20 100-meter champion, as he'll represent the U.S. on home soil later on this summer. He shares the U.S. under-20 100 record, number 2 all-time U.S. under-20 at 200 meters. Tate Taylor, if you could make your way to a seat of your choice. The sprinters are always the slowest guys to get. Were you waiting for lights and music, a walk-up song? That's on you. That's all good. All right. Next to him will be the two-time Olympic silver medalist, two-time World Championship silver medalist, one of the most consistent sprinters on Team USA and anywhere in the world. It's Kenny Bednarek. See how efficient he was, Tate? He was right there, right on cue. I don't think it's going to be your last time, so we'll make it work. And then it was already mentioned by Masai Russell at an earlier panel, and for those of us who got to witness it live, it was certainly a special NCAA Collegiate Championship this year. So many records rewritten, and for the first time in a half a century, we had a world record set at the Collegiate Championships by this young man who ran 12:75 to win the 110-meter hurdles, though that time was run in the heats, not in the final. Jacoby Tharp is here. It's also special, too. The last man to set a world record in a collegiate championship was Dwight Stones, who was actually on the call of the race that Jacoby ran, which is kind of a special way to connect the history together. And I'll start with you, Jacoby. I mean, you also had the chance. Aries Merritt, who's now coaching on the collegiate circuit, was actually there in the venue. You had a chance to speak with him as well. Do you appreciate the connection to the history there, and how do you put that into context of making your own history now? Oh, you got a switch on there, sorry.
I mean, yeah, like, it's great to know that he was there to be able to see that. Like, he's one of the greats. So, I mean, I'm glad he was able to see that and give me my flowers. It felt good.
Yeah. And how did that race, now, I mean, have you gone back and watched it now? Are you a guy who goes back and watches all your races?
Yeah, so I've watched it 10, 15 times.
All right, so giving you the analysis, you're Otto Bolden on NBC. You looking at that race. What do you say about it?
My start was okay. It was efficient, but it wasn't as best as I think it could have been. And my last three can definitely be a little bit better. I can kind of get back off of them a little bit, and that'll make me spin the wheels a little bit more in between, and I'm going to take that down again soon.
How fast did it feel like?
Oh, it felt really fast. At 6, I knew it was something serious for sure.
And you were perfectly fine going after that in a prelim?
Oh, yeah, for sure. My goal in the prelim was to send a statement to everybody else to show them that I'm here. Because, I mean, I was running 13.0s, but there wasn't really nothing too crazy, too intense on my body. So I want to go out there and send a message to show them that I'm still here and I'm going to be the champion.
Yeah, and that's not all too uncommon. In fact, Toby Amusan, who set the world record in the World Championships on the women's side, did that in a round rather than in the final. Kenny, you've been through those rounds as well. We see a lot of times, and we talk about in the case of like a championship, don't run your rounds in reverse, but witnessing what you saw from Jacoby, he kind of managed that perfectly. What was your thoughts about seeing something like that, a record that's stood for a long time?
I was just shocked. I mean, you know, every year we always have NCs and we see phenomenal times, but then when I saw that, I was like, holy crap. Like, but, yeah, just seeing that, it's just the next generation is just doing its thing. And, you know, Jacoby, he's got a long career ahead of him. And being the world record holder, it's an amazing feat. So he should definitely be proud of himself.
And Kenny, it's a relentless pursuit of perfection for you. You've been a steady performer throughout your time in a professional, and not somebody who was on that NCAA stage, right? You had to grind it through, you know, the early stages of your career. Coming off of a season last year where we saw you in the final of both World Championship sprint events, how has 2026 unfolded per your plan?
I mean, 2026 has been pretty good. You know, so far I've been having some fast times, being consistent, and that's what I want in the beginning of the season. Yeah, I'm expecting big things this year, especially in the 100. I mean, the 200, I kind of know what I need to do, but for the 100 in particular, it's always about getting the reps. So last year was kind of the year where I finally stepped down, got more reps in, and saw what I could do. And this year, I think the sky's the limit, and all I got to do is just execute my race and have fun.
But still trying to be the best 100, 200 guy on the circuit?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm not here to be second, third, fourth, or fifth. I'm here to win, so that's the main goal of mine.
Yeah, some guys will just say, I'm going to focus on one event and try to be the best I can for this particular season, but you're still willing to stretch yourself both distances. It doesn't really change the way you've approached either event?
No, I mean, coming back, being a 400-meter sprinter in the past, I think coming down, it's just made it a lot easier for me to do a 200 and 100. I mean, 100 for me just feels like a warm-up, so if I run good times in the 100, then I know that 200 is going to be dangerous.
So Tate, you should be running 400s, it sounds like. I mean, if you're going to follow the Kenny plan.
Hey, he can enjoy a little pain.
How many 400s have you run? What do you do when the coach is looking for a guy in the 4x4 at the end of the meet? You running away?
I leave.
That's how you got so fast. Yeah. Coming off the success at under 20, just talk about that, that event and, the opportunity, just as we're going to talk about in 2 years when you could represent the U.S. on home soil in the Olympic Games, hosting a World Under 20 Championships. Certainly want to be a part of it.
Oh, most definitely. Coming back to Eugene, especially after putting that performance down, it feels pretty good. I'm very, very excited. God has been good to me all season, so I'm just excited for this meet, especially whenever they call me. Because at first it was kind of in the air, like, oh, we don't know if you're going to be in yet. And then whenever I got that call and they're like, yeah, you're in the 200, I'm like, oh, yeah, it's game time.
What will it mean to you to put on that jersey?
It'll mean a lot, because whenever you think about it, I'm young, so there's been a lot of times where I look on TV, look on social media, and I see them, and I kind of set that as a goal for myself, and I'm like, man, one day. And if I'm being honest, God has been incredible, because I just never thought the day would be as soon as it is now, so I'm just very blessed.
Well, we got two different, I'm not going to say older, because neither one of you are old in the context of certainly looking in the mirror, but what advice would you give Tate, as you guys have, you were on a world stage still in college a year ago, and now you're the world record holder. Kenny, you've grinded through this and, kind of bootstrapped it in many cases just to get to where you deservedly are now, among the best sprinters in the world. But what would you say to a young, fast sprinter who's getting a chance to represent his team for the first time?
I would just say just have fun, enjoy the moment, enjoy the process, and I would say the most important thing is just take care of your body.
For me, I'd probably say keep God first and stay humble. I mean, you don't want to ever talk down on anybody, put no unnecessary pressure on yourself. Keep God first, stay humble, bro. It's easy.
Yes, sir. I appreciate y'all, man.
And Tate, you're getting a chance already in many of the events that you've been involved in to race against, pros and put yourself in a position where not a traditional high school path. How do you think that's helped you in terms of gaining confidence to sit here at pre-classic, first time out and trying to mix it up?
It's helped a lot this season, because just coming to Prefontaine, understanding that I've done this before, like Kenny said, and like Jacoby said, keep God first, but also have fun, So I come out here and there's really not a lot of nerves or fear. I'm really just out here to have fun, and I understand that we do it for the experience, right? So just getting those reps in early, that lets me know that whenever my time comes, whenever that'll be on like the big stage, I'm finna be ready.
All right, guys, we're glad you're here. We're going to open it up for some questions here from the audience. We're going to start with Serenity.
Hey, my question is for Jacoby. First of all, congratulations on the Adidas signing. Love that. But now that you are the world record holder, you know that that's going to come with a certain type of standard. Every article is going to start with the world record holder. Everybody's going to be looking for 12.7. How have you and your coach just been able to refocus your attention, or maybe something that you're doing at home that has just refocused your attention on the fact that every race might not be 12.7?
He's told me since the beginning, like, no matter how fast I run, the faster you run, you're never going to be able to PB every race, every meet. So I've been trying to just keep the main thing, stay focused as best as I can. And I mean, it made it easier because I wasn't planning on going out there and doing that. So I really know now that if I just go out there and execute, the sky's the limit.
Keenan Gray with Runner Space. Jacoby, I'm curious, talking about the piece of advice, competing on the world stage. You won a World U20 title a couple years ago, and, Tate's now in a position to compete for one himself. What do you remember about, it was Cali, Colombia you competed?
Lima, Peru.
What do you remember about your experience and what that was like for you going through the rounds, like kind of for the very first time at a global championship?
I mean, that experience was crazy. It was my first time being outside of the country. So with him already having experience being overseas, it's going to be a whole lot easier to just go out there and relax and handle business, for sure.
Jacoby,
you know, oh my gosh, I'm going blank right now. Jacoby, I noticed that you said the environment here at Hayward is one of your favorites to race. But what are you expecting tomorrow to be like for you?
It's a great field. I mean, these athletes are incredible, but I'm just trying to come out here and get a win. I mean, that's the favorite thing I love to do. I love winning, so I just want to go out there and win.
Dwayne, Sports Talk Tech. This is for Kenny. How you doing? When we talk to people in the sport, they look at Kenny and they say he should be consistently a 19.4 guy and a 9.7 guy. But you're saying you've been working on a few things in the 100. Could you give us a sense of what are the things you're working on? Because we know you can consistently be that guy.
For the 100 in particular, I would just say it's just working on my starts. That was always something I was struggling with when I became a professional. First 10 to 20 meters, I was always kind of stepping out a little bit flat, not being aggressive. So for me, the main thing was just to work on that, being way more aggressive than I've been in the past. I think it kind of stems down to being a 400 guy in the past and then kind of learning how to just ramp it up. I mean, it was easier to just do what I needed to do in the 200, but the 100 is a different ball game. So it's just pretty much that, just working on the first 10 meters. Because I know once I'm with the pack, it's over with because my top end speed will take over as long as I stay relaxed.
Over here, Joshua from Flow Track, Tate, it seems that you, Cooper, there's so many other high schoolers are really redefining what it means to be a top high school athlete competing with pros week in and week out. What do you think is the biggest contributing factor of what a lot of the kids now call trackflation, and how proud of you to just be kind of the stand bearer with that, with Cooper Lukenhaus, with the Maxwell twins and all of that?
Well, biggest contributing factor is, from an early age, a lot of us have a dream, right? And we kind of set that as the goal, as a standard of kind of what we want to work towards. And me understanding that without that dream, I would pretty much not be here because it wouldn't have even, been a thought. It's kind of crazy because the Lord doesn't put in your mind something that he doesn't think you can achieve. So me understanding that statement right there helped me understood that one day it's going to come. I don't know when it is going to come, but one day it's going to be here, and I know whenever it's here, I'm going to be ready for it. So being a part of the Trackflation family has been a pretty cool experience. I think my high school legacy has been solid all the way up from whenever I started all the way to when I graduate, and I think that carrying that on into college will be probably the biggest blessing, understanding that everything that I've built, even though high school is over, my journey isn't. So, we just continue to have fun and do what we do.
Paul Hoff-Mahoney with Sidious Mag. This one's for Tate. With all the success that you've had the last 2 years, over here, with all the success you've had the last 2 years or so, and now you're going to be going into a home world championships with such a big target on your back, has there been any kind of parts or any times where you felt like you've kind of had to struggle to deal with the pressure, or is that something that with you and your support system has come kind of naturally to you?
Absolutely no pressure over here, man. Whenever we get into that competition, we know that what we've worked towards is at the end of the day going to pay off, and realistically the only pressure I have is the pressure I put on myself, and I know I don't put no pressure on myself. So whenever we step into that competition, the pressure really is on everybody else to come compete with me. So
Jacoby, Jeff Oliver, pre-classic. When you broke the record, we took you out to meet Marshmallow the Goat. Remember that?
Yes, sir.
And you had a blueberry for the first time?
Yes, sir.
Have you had any more blueberries?
I remember those.
All right.
All right, we got the blueberry question. I'm sure the rest of the world is watching going, what the heck does that mean? So thanks, guys. Tate, nice job on your first one. We hope you'll be back for many more, and wish you all best success on the track tomorrow. Thank you. And we're going to have you stand together for a little photo opportunity here. All right, I think we have our next set of panelists in the room. I was just waiting for a thumbs up from off stage, but they're closing the door behind it, so I'm just going to take that as a yes, as we'll keep things going. We've got two more panels here to finish us off. We're going to bring up three participants in the Maria Mutola 800. If you were not here for the 50th edition last year at Prefontaine, they renamed that event in honor of the legendary runner from Mozambique, Maria Mutola, who was a fixture on the oval here at Hayward Field over many of these pre-classics. And someone who's very familiar with this oval will be first to be introduced, as she joins us as a 5-time individual NCAA champion while at the University of Oregon, World Championship silver medalist, Tokyo Olympics bronze medalist, also was on that World Junior team that competed at Hayward Field back in 2014. It's Raven Rogers. Next up, making her Prefontaine and Hayward Field debut, I believe, after winning the world title in Tokyo last year at the 800-meter distance, Lilian Odira. And our third guest to the podium here, world indoor champion, Paris Olympic champion, world record indoors this year, and certainly been part of that conversation about one of the oldest records still standing in our sport. Keely Hodgkinson is here. Keely Hodgkinson is here. Better? Maybe it's me. Got to switch. Yeah. Well, Keely, we'll start with you. It was a little over a year ago where you and I sat on a very warm afternoon in Paris getting ready for Faith's sub-4 attempt. And, you know, you were in a different state of affairs back then. And as you sit here today, is this what you were trying to convince yourself was going to be the road back to where you felt you belonged? Just give us a sense of that journey.
Yeah, a journey is one word to describe it. In a way, I think it was necessary. Maybe not, I didn't want it to be quite that bad, but yeah, going through an injury period was tough, and I think I'm just really proud of how we pulled it together last year and being able to compete in Tokyo. Didn't go the way I wanted, but looking back, I did everything I could, and I think it was pretty good considering the circumstances. And it's just made me really appreciate being healthy, being able to do, you know, training. I haven't missed anything this year. That's the first time that's happened in a long time. So yeah, I'm excited for what's to come.
And it's a big credit to your team too, and putting the trust that you have in them. Just give them some props for what role did they play to get you back to this?
Yeah, thanks guys. Yeah, I think it was a lot of patience. There was a lot of times, you know, I turned up to training and I was not very happy. I was definitely in a bad mood. And me and my coach have got a really good relationship. So shout out to Trev and Jen, who, yeah, we just did everything we could to get back there. For me, it wasn't, I think I could have easily been like, you know what, I don't need to do the Worlds. I won the Olympics the year before, I don't have to do this. But for me, it was no option missing the championships. I really wanted to go, and I really wanted to walk away with the medals. So yeah, I'm really proud of how we handled that.
I'm sure every person who's tried to run a press conference with you in it these last few races is bringing up the possibilities of this world record finally going down in the 800 meters. Embracing that conversation?
Yeah, I think it's something it seems more prevalent this year, but I think people have been talking about for the last couple of years, like the way the 800's been, the people we've had, you know, come into these races, the level it's taking now. You know, I think the bar is just getting higher and higher every single year, and I'm really happy and proud to be a part of that conversation and pushing the event on.
Yeah. And Lilian, you're a part of that conversation as one of the fastest to ever run the 2-lap. How has life changed for you since Tokyo?
I mean, since Tokyo, things have been going on well, and Tokyo was so nice for me. I mean, becoming a world champion, you know, it's something that is nice, and every athlete would love to get a gold at the championship. So everything has been going on so well. So yeah, I'm good.
And this is your first time in Eugene?
This is my first time in the US and in the Eugene, and I feel it amazing. I've just come from the track, and it's very amazing. The environment is so good, and yeah, I love it.
And is there something you always wanted to try when you came to America, like food or shopping, or how are you taking advantage of this experience?
I mean, everything is amazing. I tried the food and it was so amazing. So America in large is just good. Yeah, it's so amazing and I love it. I would love to come back again next time, yeah.
We would love to have you back. How about 2028?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. All right, it's a date. If you need any local restaurant recommendations, Raven Rogers is here to help. She competed here as a collegian. I kind of nerded out a little bit, Raven. I had to go and look up. Do you know how many races you've run, both individually and in relays, at Hayward Field? Want to venture a guess? Venture a guess. Yep. Saturday will be your 53rd race at Hayward Field. So what does that place mean to you other than the fact that when you turn onto agate, you look at yourself on the tower? You gotta flip that on. Yeah.
I mean,
sorry.
Running at Hayward, I mean, I was even thinking about it when I was doing my pre-meet there today. I'm like, I started to think about Prefontaine's legacy. I've had a conversation with a few people just about how special Eugene is, even with my Uber driver, you know, and it was just this kind of living of memories there, but also how Eugene is the only place that has this much generational history of track and field, but on a scale of like not just youth excellence, but like you're talking LaShawn, you're talking Sonia, you're talking Allison, you're talking, I mean, Mutola, you're talking all these just generational names that track fans have been able to watch the sport evolve from times-wise. And so when I go there and then I see, you know, Prefontaine's picture and I see pictures of old Hayward and I'm able to apply my own experiences, it's just such a special place to be able to run at, because if you're getting to run at that track, you're getting to be a part of history, you know, no matter what. So.
Yeah. And you and I had a conversation a couple of weeks ago and looking to the folks that are adjacent to you, talking about how you've seen this race of the 800 meters change. Describe that change and how are you trying to attack?
Yeah, so the 800 has changed for quite. It's been a journey with the 800. I think when I was starting, that was during the Castor time, and so seeing Castor push those limits time-wise, and having Ajay be the leading American, you know, and Brenda, and you have Alicia, it's evolved quite a bit. But how I see it is that it's where it is now has been how the projection it's gone all along. And I think that how the 800 has developed overseas has been much more aggressive in the best way to kind of push it to where we are now, to where the world record is in threat of being taken down.
And Keely, would you agree with that? Has the race changed?
I guess, yeah, I guess
Still
so.
the same distance.
Yeah. I mean, there's plenty of ways, plenty of ways to skin a cat, as one would say. I think it's just the competitiveness. I think we've seen it over the years with, for example, Faith in the 1500. I just think about 2024, pulling all these girls to low 350s, and I think when you see one person do it, the next year you're bound to get, we call it trackflation, It's just, every year it's just going up and up and up, and I think it's really exciting, and I think it's bringing out the best of everyone, no matter what level you are.
Yeah, and the challenge obviously is that not every race is going to lead to a world record, but even in the conversations we've had with seeing, what Audrey's been doing, what you've been doing, what you all have been doing, the fact that you're all willing to try to get together and race together to try to stretch that is just making for the sport being something you just don't want to not tune into, right? Because the quality of the racing, whether you get the record or not, is just outstanding.
Yeah, I think that's what makes it so fun. I think you can get so fixated on times and splits and all this, but when you've got a group of incredible girls racing together, it's a great race anyway. And I think back to times when I was racing a thing, every time we raced it was fast, and I think that will just come. And yeah, with the competitors that we have, I think it's just really fun it's way more motivating to push yourself against a person than a stopwatch.
And Lilian, do you feel outside of your comfort zone because you're here for the first time? Or once you get on the track, whomever you are, it's still a track anywhere in the world and you're just racing? But are you nervous or nervously excited about racing tomorrow here in the U.S.?
I mean, I'm excited to race in the US tomorrow, but most exciting thing is I want to push my limit tomorrow to know, I want to give it all tomorrow because I haven't had a good season this year, but tomorrow is the day to see where what I'm capable of, because I've said it that this year I'm also looking for a PB. 800 is becoming so amazing, and I think Wero did, she opened the gate, and everybody is feeling like it's something that is possible. The world record is reachable, but it's just a matter of time, and we're giving it a spot.
And afterwards, you all can walk down and have a nice ice cream at the corner that Raven knows so well. And I think you probably can cut in line, basically, right? You can just flex Raven and get in the front.
Yeah, it's so funny. When I had my Uber pick me up today, I didn't even know what street. I didn't know Agate was Agate. I'm like, just pick me up at Prince Buckler's.
It is very much a part of, and if you haven't done it, make sure you get in line, because it's going to be a long line, I think, on Saturday. Let's open up the room here. We got some hands up.
Hi, Keely. This one's for you. Tanis Chavez, Youth Runner Magazine. Thing Mo was here last year. Do you ever miss running against her?
The last time we raced was actually 2023, so it's actually been quite a while. We didn't really match up too much, but yeah, we're in a great era of competitive racing. I think it would be great if she made a comeback.
Doing Sports Talk Tech. Keely, when we spoke after Stockholm, after that amazing race with you and Audrey, I saw the red in your eyes that next time I touch the track, it's going to be fireworks. So should we read anything into the 400 meters at the British Championships, and how are you feeling, or are we going to see 153 tomorrow?
I'm not going to put any time limitations on myself. I'm happy to run. I've been gearing to go since Stockholm. That was my last 800, so I'm really excited about that. Yeah, the British trials, I just felt a little tightness in my leg, and given my history of my hamstrings last year, just wasn't willing to risk it, but I'm all good.
Keely, Paul Hoff-Mahoney with Sidious Mag over here. This side. I know, so you just mentioned kind of the tightness at British Champs, but then you said you haven't missed any training all year, so is it literally just a one-day thing that you just weren't willing to risk it, but then we're back to normal 800 training the next day, or how did that exactly work out?
Oh, you guys are nosy. God. Sorry, what was the question? Yeah, I did a session, I think, on the Tuesday later on, and it was completely fine. I think when you're an athlete and you suffer with bad injuries and things like that, I think you can underestimate a little bit of the trauma it leaves in your head. And doing the 400 for me, my body, it's always been a bit of a risk. It's something I like to do. It's fun. But doing those back-to-back days, my mind was here and not here. So, yeah, I didn't feel like I was going to put together my besting. Left it a little bit late on the start line, but that kind of explains my life sometimes. But yeah, no, I'm all good, and I'm excited to run tomorrow.
I do have our question for our first person that is, in the United States for the very first time. Of course, the World Cup has been here the last couple weeks, and we've seen, European people experience, the culture and the experience of tasting the food. What's been the food that you've really enjoyed the most?
Wow, I think everything is just amazing, and.
If you had to pick one, though.
Sorry?
If you had to pick one. Burger, pizza.
The hospitality is fine, and everybody is loving. In terms of food, I will say, fried chicken.
Where from, though? You're not helping her, Keely.
She's just trying to be polite to you guys, okay? Let her off.
Her favorite's wild duck. Wild duck. Anything from wild duck, that's her favorite.
I mean, everything is amazing.
Keenan, what's your favorite food?
I gotta go. Pastini's pretty good. Pastini. If you like pasta, Pastini's a pretty good place.
Yeah,
to
sure.
Go. All right, cool.
Please, only official sponsors of the Pre-Classic, as we mentioned. Got to vet these out. Got a business to run here. Are we good? We got one more? One more for the good of the order. No more food questions, Mr. Potts.
I got you.
All right.
Joshua Potts with Flow Track. I got to talk to Ellery Lincoln yesterday. He was a U.S. high schooler getting the Pete here at Pre-Classic. She said one of the athletes that she looked up to was Keely, and now she's here. For all of you ladies up here, I feel like the 800 is really a stand bearer of being strong women for these younger women in the sport. For all of you, just what do you want these younger ladies to learn from you as you guys continue on your professional careers? And how much does it mean to know that you are leaders in your event for this next generation?
Okay, I'll go first. That's really sweet. I would say I think focusing on your own journey is the most important thing. There's no right or wrong way to get somewhere, and I think one race doesn't make you and one race doesn't break you.
Personally, I would say I mean, it's all about raising the bar for the young kids. I mean, the coming generation. As you all understand, I'm also a mom, so definitely I would love to leave something that my kids would also be like, oh, mom did this, so I need to do this. So, because I've been nurtured by those women who've been doing amazing in the world, like the likes of Faith Kipyegon. I mean, the likes of Helen Obiri, they've been doing a good job, and they've nurtured me to be whom I am today. So I would also like to leave a legacy maybe to the young generation, maybe to my kids, so that they'll be like, I want to be Odira one day, yeah.
To the younger generation, I think whatever you do, give it the best that you've got every day and continue to take progress as what it is, but never settle for less than what you feel like you're fully capable of. And then to be an example, or to be, I guess a figure for the sport, I think it's a compliment to the not only person I am, but also the competitor that I am. Ultimately, my biggest MO is to leave a lasting impression on the sport. And so I think that I would pass that forward is if track is what you want to do, whatever event you want to specialize in, aim to kind of leave a mark and leave a legacy.
You literally are, every time I go on a hike, I can just see where Raven is off in the distance. So you have done that legacy here at the U of O and in Eugene. All three of you, best of luck tomorrow. Thank you. We're going to ask you to do a little photo op for our photographers who are scurrying to their positions. And we'll have our final panel here momentarily. Well documented number of sub 4 minute mile performances here at Hayward Field and in Eugene, and a good reason for that is not only the Bowerman Mile and the what is usually called the International Mile, which will occur later on this evening in the first day of the program. But these three gentlemen already on a list of legendary milers who have raced on this oval over the history of our sport, and they'll come together part of a phenomenal field to end our competition day tomorrow with the traditional running of the Bowerman Mile to end the night. We'll bring them up here in this order. First up, we'll go youngster in the first spot on the order, the World U20 silver medalist from 2024, newly minted Australian national record holder at 1,500 meters. It's Cam Myers. Welcome, Cam. Next up, the American record holder in this distance did that here at Pre back in 2023. Picked up a bronze medal in Paris as well at the 1,500-meter distance. The runner-up a couple of times. This will be his fourth appearance at the Bowerman Mile, Yard Nagus. And another former Duck joining us here. He is the reigning world champion, of course, at 5,000 meters from last year in Tokyo, reigning Olympic champion at 1,500 meters. Cole Hawker is here. And guys, there is a switch on your mic, so just make sure that is lit and ready to go. I know that this gathered crowd is most importantly wanting Yard Nagus to share with us, what do you know about Taylor Swift's wedding this weekend? And were you invited?
Yeah, I mean, you know, even if I was invited, I couldn't tell you guys. But unfortunately, I did not catch that invite. So,
had you been invited, would you have run in the Bowerman Mile?
Probably not. I've done a lot of Bowerman miles. Never been to Taylor Swift's wedding, so. And
let's hope there's just one, right? For the good of the relationship.
Exactly. Yeah. So, yeah, probably not. But best of hope Taylor has a very happy wedding though.
Cam has no idea what we're talking about. Did you know he was a big Taylor Swift fan?
I knew he was a fan, but I didn't know there was a wedding.
You didn't even know there was a wedding.
Literally had no idea.
Do you not get American music press down in Australia, or?
I've been in Europe and I haven't heard anything.
Oh wow!
I didn't even know she had like.
Show of hands. How many people know Taylor Swift's getting married this weekend? All right, there is hope for the world. I'll get back to you. Talk track and field here in a moment. Cam, obviously fresh off a pretty amazing performance at 1,500 meters. Not a stranger here to racing at Hayward Field, but obviously coming now with a lot of confidence. And what are your expectations for tomorrow in such a storied event?
I would say I don't really have too many expectations, so to speak. It's just more about going out there and actually being competitive for the win. I think a few of the times I've come here in the past, I've got out there, I've raced kind of well, but I've been at the back and haven't really done much. So to come here and feel like no matter how the race is run, I'll be a contender is what excites me most.
And do you feel advantaged the fact that you have run this now? It's not a new experience?
I've felt that I've been capable of something like this for the past, I guess, 6 to 8 months since the indoor season. So I guess it's nice to tick the box and have, I guess, a quick time under my belt, but it doesn't really change anything in terms of the way I'll be approaching this race. I think, I'm very confident in my shape at the moment, so I'm just looking forward to getting out there and having a strong race.
And can you share with us something about what this year has brought you in terms of just what have you learned about yourself that is pushing you now to these faster times?
I'm just learning to trust myself. I think I'm a very strong athlete, so I'm just learning to trust myself from however far it may be. If it's 800 meters out and I've got to take it, I trust myself, and if it's only 200 meters out, I also trust myself. So it's just having the faith that all the training you've done has given you the tools to execute in any situation. So I feel like I'm definitely developing all the tools in the toolbox.
And you're no stranger to close finishes, a couple of spectacular finishes, including the one last year with Niels. Is Bowerman the kind of race that you kind of come in knowing what to expect? I mean, it is typically all out. I mean, this thing is set up to be run as fast as you can go.
No, yeah, I think typically if any years past or any indication, I feel like I come into this race really ready to give it my all and just run as fast as I can. And I think, especially this year, I think I've come close to winning a lot of times. So really trying to focus on like getting that win so I can say I did that at least once. But yeah, I think it's just a really fun time of the year to like, you know, everyone's usually pretty fit come July, and you know, it's a good time to really run fast and see what you can do in an event that, you know, we usually don't do as much.
And if you were talking to a non-track and field fan who might land on watching this on Saturday when they're celebrating the 250th birthday of the United States, how would you describe the importance of the Bowerman Mile in the context of the sport? Why should they care?
I think the Bowerman Mile is pretty much, in my eyes, the biggest mile in the U.S., if not the world a lot of times. You know, it's really a race where we can just really, I feel like, be like, oh yeah, the mile, not the 1500, which again, the difference is more semantic and doesn't really matter that much. But to me, I think, you know, it's really important, and I always just kind of enjoy starting on that curve a little bit more than I enjoy starting on the straight. So I think just, you know, everyone knows what a fast mile is like. Not everyone knows what a fast 1500 is. So I'd say, you know, just come and watch a fast time, really.
Yeah, we were talking to some of the participants in today's mile and talking about, you know, the sub 4 minute barrier is still mythical in our sport, and yet, you know, you guys have checked that box a long time ago, and if you ran a sub 4 minute mile tomorrow, you'd not be at all interested in unless it was closer to 350 or even below that. Cole, I mean, is your agreement that this stands as still the 1 mile race you'd want to win in your career?
Definitely, yeah. Yeah, like Yard said, I think it's the biggest mile race in the world. Helps that it's 4th of July. I feel like the mile represents the U.S. a little bit. So yeah, that'd be, again, I haven't won this one either. I feel like it's a big box I want to check off in my career as well.
Oh, so there's a whole Americans got to win the Bowerman Mile? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, there's rumblings about it, but I don't know.
All right. Well, where are you at in your cadence for this season, and how do you feel like things have set up for this?
Yeah, I'm excited to get it rolling tomorrow. This season's been a little bit different than a typical build for me, just coming off of indoor with a little bit of an injury, and then kind of shooting for later in the summer. But now it's later in the summer, and I'm feeling fit, feeling ready to go, and it's a great field to test that fitness with. So yeah, I'm stoked for it.
And Cam, you've kind of learned a little bit on the indoor boards here in the U.S. this year. What was your experience like, just trying to mix it up with some different types of races in different places?
Yeah, I've done the Wanamaker Mile a couple years in a row now, and yeah, I found that that's super fun. I think part of the desire for me to run in the indoor races is just to get exposure racing against some of the best athletes in the world. You know, obviously it's the Australian summer that time of year, so I can go and race in Australia, or I can come over here and really challenge myself. So I just feel like it's been crucial for me just to gain experience in those sort of race situations.
Yard, as we watch the race unfold tomorrow, someone just sitting at home or in the stands who maybe is not a student of running the mile, where do you think are the most interesting points along the race to the finish? Obviously is the most important thing, but what's the race, the strategy in between that we should be paying close attention to, given the field that we've assembled?
I think the biggest thing is going to be that third lap, and seeing like whether or not like everyone's going to stay on that pace or just kind of let it sag a bit and then really push on the end. It doesn't like look that important from the screen, but I think like that's the point in the race where, you know, you either like dig down and you make something happen, or you just kind of sit back and wait a little bit. And I think also just the back stretch of the last lap too. That's probably just one of my favorite parts. I think just like watching that unfold, either like trying to maintain a lead or like trying to get close enough so that you know you're in striking distance for that last kick. You know, and especially if it's like hopefully it won't be a slower race, but if it is, that's kind of where like things really get bunched up and crazy. So yeah, I'd say those 2 points.
I don't think anybody's gonna let this thing go slow. I'm
Hope
just
not.
Yeah. All right, this is our final panel, so we've got some hands going up. Don't ask if he's going to dedicate his win to Taylor Swift. I don't know if you would save that just in case. But we do have a young reporter who would like to open up with the very first question.
My name is Royal Hall, a Tracktown USA kid reporter. I have a question for Cole. What advice do you have for a young athlete who has a big dream but isn't sure if they could do it?
That's a great question. I would say to focus on what excites you about running. I've been doing it for a long time now, and I'm still, every season I reevaluate what excites me about this, whether it's a race, whether it's a certain workout, whether it's, seeing people where I travel. That's kind of what keeps me engaged, and I think there were people luckily telling me that, my parents at that age, but I would love to hear that at your age, or anyone getting into the sport. Just find what's fun about it, find what's exciting, and cling to those things, and you'll look up 15 years later and you'll still be doing it.
Paul Hoff-Mahoney with Citius Mag for Cole, over here on this side. When you're coming into this race with only one outdoor race in your season so far, so when you're kind of potentially a little under-raced, I guess you could say, what are some of the things in training when looking back at years past are giving you confidence that you can be at your best coming into this race?
Yeah, this is my 5th pro season and 6th year with my coach, and we have our workouts where we know we should be hitting these times, and we're about this fitness. Obviously, you don't ever really know until you do that, but that's a massive part of this sport is taking the risk and just going for something, and we'll find out where we're at. But yeah, training's been going really well with the time I've had, so yeah, pretty confident going into it.
This is for Cole. David Woods with the Indianapolis Star. Cole, were you? Did you have that sore joint or impairment when you set the American indoor record? And then also wondering if you're planning to run USATF Nationals, or are you just going to keep building up for some European races later in the summer?
Yeah, to answer your first question, it was kind of an injury that was nagging me through the whole indoor season. I don't think it was one that necessarily impacted performance, but it was irritating and painful. But after talking to doctors, it was one that I could time with the end of the season, so I just did that. And then second question, I'm undecided on USAs right now. Again, this is my 2nd race of the outdoor season, so I'm kind of seeing how it goes and reevaluate.
Dave Ross for Let'sRun.com. Do you guys know what the pace lights and what the rabbit's going to go through? Do you know the splits already?
Yes, I think it's 152 for the 800, so around 344, 345-ish pace.
And Cam, how do you feel about your fitness coming in, running that 328 last week in Paris?
Yeah, my fitness is in a good spot, so I'm excited just to test myself over the mile. I've always felt that I'm slightly better at the mile anyway, so yeah, I'm looking forward to just having a hit out, and yeah, obviously a very strong field, which excites me.
Hi, this one for Jared, Dwayne from Sports Talk Tech. After we spoke in Stockholm, you said part of your goal this season was to get your mojo back. So after Stockholm, after Rabat and Oslo, is your mojo back?
I think so. Yeah, I mean, partially at least. I think I really just want to have like a full season where I do continue winning or just continue competing to the best of my ability. And if I can do that by the end of the season still, then I'll be really, really happy with what I've been able to kind of regain a little bit.
I'm David Monti from Race Results Weekly in New York. Cam, this question is for you. The Commonwealth Games this summer, they're using the mile instead of the 1500, and you're on the Australian team and have to be considered a favorite to win it. How important would it be to win a Commonwealth gold for you? And also, how does the Bowerman Mile help you get ready for that challenge? Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, the Commonwealth Games is the peak of my season, I guess. It's obviously would mean a lot to win that, and I think having some strong Australian history in the event also makes me all the more eager to go out there and put a good performance together. I think having the Scots there to give me a great challenge, and obviously being in Scotland, I think it's going to make the race all the more interesting for the fans to watch that. So yeah, I'm looking forward to versing Jake and Josh in Scotland, and I think that should be good. And what was your second question, sorry? Okay, perfect.
Keely Gray with Runner Space. This is both for Cole and Yard. Cole, you touched upon it already that, 4th of July weekend, 250th anniversary of the United States. Bower mile is about as American can get. Just, you know, how truly special would it to be to win it on a day that celebrates our country's independence? And, you know, again, 250 years, that's a long time. So I figured this race is going to be extra special for you both on Saturday.
Yeah, I think no matter what, the goal is, you know, to win it no matter what day it is. But yeah, I think that any little element you can toss in there to make it that much more exciting just makes it that much better of a race. So yeah, I'm hyped for it. Should be a great crowd, great atmosphere, and yeah, try to represent.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't remember the last time an American's won this. I mean, I haven't watched track like that closely my whole life, but as far as I've been racing it, an American hasn't won it. So I think it would be really cool to kind of just regain that back a little bit, and on the 4th of July, no less. So.
Tanish Chavez, Youth Runner Magazine. This one's for Cole and Negus. You guys have competed against each other for a while, but could you guys tell me what your favorite moment is together?
Yeah, I mean, mine's easily the Olympics. Yeah, I mean, doesn't really need an explanation, but an amazing moment. And then, you know, the first person that I saw consciously was Yard, and I couldn't believe what I did, and then I couldn't believe what he did, and then, yeah, just we've been racing each other since college, and yeah, it was an awesome moment.
And I mean, I completely agree with that. But to say something different, I'll say, you know, honestly, like this was like the first time Cole beat me, but it was like nationals, like 2021 or something like that, in the 1500. And, you know, I remember like seeing like Cole kind of like pass me on that last stretch, and I was just like, man, like this guy's really quick. In like a time where like I'd kind of, I don't know, I knew he was going to be good, and I expected a little bit, but I think just kind of like that's what I first remember, I think, from racing Cole a little bit. So, yeah.
All right, I think we're good. Bernard Lagat, 2006, the last time an American won.
20 years.
Good math there. Yeah. All right. We're going to have you guys stand up here for a little photo opportunity as the photographers get into place. We're going to offer our thanks to everyone who's been watching on the live stream, and for all of you in the room. I hope you'll enjoy these 2 days of competition to come. We'll see you at the track.